Rules in action. It's up to each one of us to know the rules and follow them. Follow.
All systems go.
The Morning Edge with Fox 2's Vic Faust, Chris Knight, and Eric Johnson. The Morning Edge starts now.
Now back to our regularly scheduled program.
Wake up!
You need to wake yourself up.
Wake yourself up!
Today is Wednesday.
Oh, it is Wednesday?
So, what are we doing today?
We are gonna have so much fun.
Oh, fun is so fun!
That's what this show is all about.
Great!
Can't wait to hear it.
Yo, DJ, drop that beat.
Showtime.
Hey, it is showtime. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to The Edge. Happy Hump Day. It is Wednesday, right? Right, Chris?
Last time I checked.
Dear God, I'm so busy. I need help. Help. But nobody knows what it's like to be busy, right? Especially you, Chris. Hey, it's November 10th. Rocking and rolling already through November already. The phone number to give us a call is always the 636-695-2915. You can also catch us at ViperRocks.com, on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. And, of course, share the show as always. The comment line, always the most interactive in the St. Louis area. You already know nothing goes by you guys. We appreciate your updates. We love to talk about the stories you do. And it's organic, as it's always been. In the year and a half, coming up, year and a half already? Year and a half.
Can you believe that?
We're actually closer to 2 years.
2 years.
Closer to 2 years. As we continue on. All right, Eric Johnson will be here shortly. Is Eric all right? He's been showing up lately. Is he backsliding?
Oh, is he?
Is he backsliding? He's normally here by now. Chris Knight.
He'll be here.
I'm Vic Faust with Fox 2. Coming up, you won't want to miss this interview in about 20 minutes at 8:25. Nick Mozzotti, and I hope I'm saying it right, with Full Care Inc. Just wait until you hear what could happen this winter when it comes to, when it snows and gets icy. You know those trucks that drive around?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they need all that ice. They need the de-icers. Oh, yeah, and somebody's got to drive those trucks. The whole supply and demand issue, a lack of workers. There's a possibility of some things that could be happening. Your roads may not be getting cleaned off. Yeah, I'm not kidding. That's coming up. We'll get into that, talk about the supply and demand, the supply chain when it comes to that crisis. Very, very interesting. They're a great company. Huge company owned by a couple guys that I know as well. So we'll get into that as well. Lots going on from the national standpoint. Chris, did you hear the COVID mask mandate could be lifted?
Could be. You picked up on my word. St. Louis County by the end of the year. You already know it's happening. It's coming. If they get enough people vaccinated, they being St. Louis County. I as we already know, COVID cases are twice as much the percentage in California as they are in Florida. California's masked, Florida's not. It's a whole weird situation that we've been dealing with. Whatever. Another big story that happened that we started to see. We've been talking about car break-ins for over a year, right?
They're bad. They're really bad.
I mean, I feel like when my car was stolen in Ladue.
Oh, I didn't know your car was stolen.
Well, it was 2 years ago.
I didn't know that. So you've had a car stolen?
Yeah, but it was kind of my fault.
Oh. Did you leave the keys in it?
I didn't have my car stolen. I had one of Enterprise's cars stolen. Oh, my God. That was not a good. And then I'll never forget, I showed up at the airport to rent a car. They rented it to me over the phone. We were out in, where were we? I've gone on so many trips with my son for lacrosse. I think we were down in, where were we? Oh, no, we were in Palm Springs, California. We fly in, and I go to the Enterprise counter, and they wouldn't rent to me. They said, you've been red flagged. You're a person that can't be rented to. And I'm like, why? And then they went back and they called. They're like, have you had a car stolen? I was like, oh, no. Then why did you guys rent to me? What happened was, I get hit on Page Boulevard 364 going to work. I think it happened right before I started the show. So I get hit. So I'm in a rental car. 2 days later, I have my car in a driveway. I had the set of keys with me. Apparently, I didn't lock the car. And guess what? There was another set of keys
inside the vehicle.
Oh, that sucks.
Down in the middle area. So they stole it, and there was video cams from houses.
Oh.
So yeah, I had a car stolen, Chris.
So did Enterprise rent your car?
Well, here's the thing. I've got friends over there.
Yeah.
I've got a couple friends who I just amazing professional women who take care of that company. I'm on the phone begging, I need help, and there were no cars available.
Oh.
And then there was one of the companies, I can't remember. It was an off-brand. They were trying to charge me $500 a day for like a little mini car because of supply and demand. And that's what happens. So yes, Enterprise pulled through for me. I had to wait. So obviously Graham is pissed off. He wants to get to the hotel. He'd been patient. It was a long trip to California. And we had to wait an extra hour and a half, and they got a vehicle over to me.
Wow. At least you got a vehicle.
And it was all because I had been put on a list for Enterprise because of the stolen vehicle.
At least you got a vehicle. What would you have done?
And no, I have no idea. I have no idea. My mother and stepfather live about an hour away from the airport that we flew into. It was Will Rogers Airport where we flew into in California. So they would have had to have come, I guess, at some point. But, I was just like, you got to have your transportation. But it ended up being an awesome trip. It was that car. You know what? When was that? The trip was last year, but I hadn't had to rent in a while. Yeah. So anyway, that was quite the deal, my friend. So anyway, we appreciate everybody's. Yeah, people are also talking about gas prices being up. People, a-holes, stealing people's cars.
Everybody's so different on the gas prices. I was not here yesterday, obviously, and
correct. Welcome back, by the way.
Went to the lake. I had to close my house down, get ready for winter, and on Highway 70 between St. Charles County and Kingdom City, we're only talking about what 50, 60 mile stretch there. The gas prices vary by 50 cents or more. That's a lot.
That's gouging.
That's a lot.
Maybe we need to hit up Eric Schmidt again. I know we just had Eric on, Missouri's Attorney General, about a week and a half ago, because he'd be in charge of that if people are gouging too. Because how can it vary from store to store in a stretch?
In 50 miles.
In a stretch of 50 miles.
That's crazy.
I'll check it out. I have to go to Columbia Friday night. I'll be looking at that as well. I was in Columbia, dropping off my daughter on Sunday. And I have to go back for Dad's weekend. Dad's weekend at the University of Missouri this weekend, Chris. That's going
to be a good time.
I hope so. But here's the problem. I have to miss my son's district football championship game Friday night. Chaminade at Fort Zumwalt North, so I'm not excited about that. But when you come into the situation of what's going on with these cars, police told us yesterday. It was a story my colleague Andy Banker did. Chris Renier redid it this morning for Fox 2 New or fox2now.com. We're talking about 4 or 5 thieves in a single car. They roll into a parking lot overnight. Then they hit 30, 40, even 50 cars in a matter of minutes. They get what they can and they take off.
Wow.
I mean, that kind of stuff's happening. The video, when my vehicle was stolen, it was a one-way street, dead end. The vehicle drives up, and then you see one person driving, one person get out. Now, the video doesn't see the vehicle that I had. The person actually gets into the car. But then all of a sudden, you see the car that pulled in start to drive out with my car right behind it. Then they stop right in front of where the camera is at the restaurant bar that had video. It's like they stop for a second, talk, then they drive out.
Unbelievable.
And when I talked to Ladue police about it, they told me where my car would be found. They told me they were predicting where it would be found, when it would be found, and what it would look like. And they were right on all 3 accounts. So go figure. Lots of things happening when it comes to the vehicles. As we always tell you, the police tell us, everybody, all the police chiefs we've had on the show, lock your cars no matter where you are.
Heck yeah.
Lock your cars no matter where you are. Take your keys with you.
Take your guns out, too.
Hey, Monday night over near Goodfellow. Yeah, take the guns out. Well, even if you
got to take the guns out. You cannot leave guns or any type of weapons in your car. You got to take them with you.
Even if you have the gun lock? Because I thought we were good when it came to the gun lock situation.
I don't know.
Well, you had another situation. I mean, Chris, this happened Monday night. A woman shot a 13-year-old boy. Now, thankfully, this 13-year-old boy got a lesson, and he didn't lose his life in this lesson. He and an older man tried to carjack and rob a woman.
I did see that.
Yeah, 37-year-old woman. She was getting out of her car, walking to her house in the 5500 block of Natural Bridge Avenue. Okay. The two approached her. She gave this boy, a 13-year-old boy with a gun. Obviously, he was being trained on how to do this stuff. She gave him the keys to the car. Well, then he gave the keys to the older man who went and tried to get in the car. Well, the boy got distracted, so what did she do? She popped out her pistol and shot him. Hit him in the leg, so the boy and the man took off.
Wow.
They found the boy later. They had a call. They got him to the hospital. We're talking about a 13-year-old boy. That's a kid.
Yeah.
That's You know my son, Graham. He's 13.
Right.
It's so just sick what's going on. But, I mean, hey, these are the kind of things that can happen when that stuff goes on. And a lot of it's happening in the city of St. Louis. It can happen in the county as well, where you're seeing all these cars being stolen. And, of course, we had Ty Dennis on a couple weeks ago talking about.
Great guy.
Yeah, the slider. You know, his speaking engagements, by the way, across the country are picking up. He's talking to everybody. All these groups have him coming in and talking. So he's talking on race relations. He's also talking on safety. You name it. I mean, you get as many years as he had in the gang unit in Atlanta. And coming back to St. Louis, he's got some knowledge. And he gets it. He gets the race situation when it comes to all the races trying to work together. So, and by the way, the woman, that was self-defense.
Yeah.
No problems.
Good.
No charges, nothing with that whole situation that's going on. So I was glad to hear that. Blues won last night, overtime. Eric just walked in. He's getting his headsets. He's getting set to go.
3-2.
Won in overtime, 3-2. Glad to hear that. Big news for the Blues. They're still in first place, despite all the COVID stuff that's going on with those guys as well. We also had some other interesting stories that came down yesterday and some stuff that might frustrate you or not, but I know that you like this one, Chris. If you lived in Vermont, you could have some fun today because in Vermont, the GOP is holding a Let's Go Brandon rally in Brandon,
nice.
in Brandon, Vermont.
Nice.
So,
Let's go, Brandon.
I figured you might be taking your plane or your helicopter over to Brandon, Vermont. Paul Rudd, sexiest man alive. Are you following that?
Not really.
Yeah, I don't know if I see that.
I was just going to say, is he sexy?
I don't know, but as we know, sexy can mean a whole bunch of different things.
That's right.
But Paul Rudd, I'm not so sure. Should have been somebody from PRL.
That would have been better.
Jeez, with or without the wigs.
Should have been Eric Johnson.
You know who Paul Rudd is, right? It's Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
the sexiest guy alive.
Yeah, in the latest polling.
Well, did you ever think George Clooney was the sexiest guy alive when he used to win it?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You did?
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. He never looked that fantastic to me.
Well, I don't want to get into debating how
okay, we went down a bad path here. We went down a real bad path.
You went down a bad path. I just read the headline.
Okay.
I was just surprised because when you think of those types of guys, those...
You don't think of Ant-Man?
No, I feel stupid to
Matthew
bring it up.
McConaughey's.
Who the hell is
Brad Pitt.
Ant-Man?
You never saw Ant-Man?
No.
He's busy.
Who's Ant-Man?
He's busy.
He's a comedian, isn't he? I mean,
kind of a comedian, actor. He's in a lot of movies. I'm surprised you don't know who Paul Rudd is. But you know what? You're so damn busy, Chris.
I've heard of the name, but I've never... Is Ant-Man an actor? I don't know. Who the hell is Ant-Man?
Paul
it's a
Rudd
superhero.
is an actor who plays Ant-Man the superhero.
Okay. He was in the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
And the Marvels.
Okay.
Movie.
All right. I'm getting you now. But understand that I don't watch TV.
From the Facebook line, Star-Lord is better than Ant-Man. And I agree. Ant-Man's kind of quirky. He's kind of like a nerdy guy. He can get really small.
Yeah. What would be I know that we got important things to get to, but if you had one
chance. No, we don't have anything important to get to.
Okay, well, we do. But if you had one chance to have your superhero power, what would it be?
Oh, from the Facebook line, Clueless. That's going way
Clueless,
back.
yeah,
Very, very good call.
Wow, that does go way back. What superhero power would you have?
I'm going to have to let you know after the break.
I think invisibility would have to be the one. I don't even know if there is a superhero power of invisibility, but that would be the one that I would have to have. Flying would be a good one, but becoming an ant, like the size of an ant, there's a lot of stuff at the size of the ant level that can beat your ass. So I wouldn't want that.
You get me thinking about that, my friend. I don't know.
You take on a tick? I don't know if you'd win.
Oh, yeah, that's so true. No, I don't know. I'll get back to you. We'll get back. We're going to have to take a break at 8:20 anyway. Coming up at 8:25, I don't know if you heard it, Eric, as you were coming in. We're going to talk with a local landscaping and de-icing company. They've got major contracts throughout the Midwest. One of the biggest ones, Full Care Incorporated. And it's all based upon a story that I would read there. And I'll go ahead and get to it now. But this is what blew my mind when I read this story, when I saw what's going on when it comes to supply and demand. Towns around Massachusetts are planning and having to pay snowplow drivers up to $310 an hour because because they don't have workers.
That's more money than a BMW technician makes.
I thought you were going to say something that's more than an hour what it takes to work on your vehicle.
Well, I have a BMW. That's unbelievable.
$310 an hour. So
we're laughing about it now. Wait till you get the bill. You won't be laughing.
No, I reached out to my friend who owns one of these companies. Major success story. Started as a landscaper, grew it big. Now they have contracts to de-ice the roads.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what?
What?
There's supply and demand issues, and if this continues, which it looks like it's going to, when your roads get snowed on, when our roads get iced, we may not have the same opportunities to clear everything off as we've had before.
What did we take for granted in the past?
Everything.
I mean, seriously,
everything.
Start making a list right now. I see a lot of people making a joke of this turkey. Now chicken is going up in cost. The pound per roast beef is going up. I mean, your dinners for Thanksgiving and Christmas, we joke about it now, but wait till it comes up and it's like $200 just to feed your family for 4 people.
Well, it's the inflation issue that we're talking about again.
Yeah, but it's all about inflation. Yeah, it hits everything. Now it's going to hit the de-icers. Think about that. And the price a gallon by that. Think about how much it's going to cost, Vic, to fill the tank of one of those trucks going down the highway.
That's the other issue. We're going to talk with Nick Muzzotti. He's one of the partners at the company here at 825. If you have any questions about anything, give us a call. You know the number 636-695-2915, or you can jump in on Facebook at 100.7 The Viper. There's just so many of those things that are going on. But Eric, before we go to break, I knew you were going to laugh about this. When I saw this, I thought about you because I do all the study, and I see the things that come up. Here was a poll that was taken. Fox News did it. Or actually, no, this was USA Today. Fox News reported it. So it's USA Today CNN poll. Mm-hmm. The same poll that had President Biden at 38% approval.
Right.
What is the most important thing for Joe Biden to do over the next year?
My God, swing a dead cat.
Did you see this set? Okay. Chris, what do you think the first thing is that people wanted Joe Biden to do over the next year?
This is a serious question, so we need to get serious here.
One thing. You can't say all of them. One thing. What area does he need to
Chris, go
focus
ahead.
on?
I defer.
Come on, there's 6 things that you pop off every day.
Yeah, but which one's more
more
important than the other? They're all pretty important.
Okay, it's something that touches everyone's life.
Yeah, throw the dart. Somebody throw the dart.
Okay, it's something that touches everyone's life.
Because if you don't, then we have bad radio.
Okay, well, it's gas prices.
Gas prices did not make the top 4.
What? Christopher, go.
Come
on,
I would say he has to get the border under control.
Ooh. Immigration border control came in 3rd place at 7.5%. Number 1, the number 1 thing polled by USA Today, CNN Suffolk poll that Joe Biden, our president, needs to do over the next year at 20%. Number 1 answer was quit.
Oh! Oh my God! Wow! No, I've never heard that on a poll. Look, you got something to do today. Yes, sir. What is that? You need to sign this document resigning.
You're done.
Tell Obama, maybe he can make it happen.
That came in at number 1, 20%. The economy needs to be fixed.
Okay.
Jobs, that was number 2 at 10.6%. Chris guessed immigration, border control, third at 7.5%. The COVID mandates, that was fourth at 5.6%. And infrastructure bills, 5%. But number 1, overwhelmingly, by more than 50% of the...
That's funny. And that's not just Republicans.
No.
Okay?
No,
that's a lot of people bundled into those.
A whole lot.
CNN doesn't just poll Republicans, all right? That's amazing.
I was setting you up for it. I thought
There's
you might
nothing.
have...
I would have never
I thought you
guessed
might
that.
have set it off on a whim. You'd be like, I don't know, quit, Vic.
Yeah. Wow.
So there's your polling.
What would they like him to admit that I'm wrong? And then you go from there.
Oh, man, we're just getting started. All right, 8:22. We got to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Come back. We're going to talk to Nick Buzzotti to find out what's going on with the supply chain, what's actually happening. Winter's fast approaching. We'll see when we start to get the snow, the ice. You know you get it in St. Louis. Could we be affected by trucks? Would MoDOT have issues? Would these other companies have issues? We're going to find out from Nick what's going on. If you want to give us a call, you can. The phone number is 636-695-2915, 636-695-2915. Of course, you can stream us at viperrocks.com and on Facebook at 100.7 The Viper. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Back with more right after this.
You know what they saying, ho? You know what they saying, ho? You know what they saying, ho?
Listen to the Edge Morning Show live. Watch it live or anytime on demand. Details at viperrocks.com or on Facebook.
Edge Morning Traffic. Good morning from the Viper Traffic Center. Delays for eastbound I-70 drivers approaching Highway 79, traveling through the O'Fallon area. Then you're in the clear through St. Peter's and over to the Blanchette Bridge. No delays on 364 or 370. And 64 drivers are in good shape from the 6470 split over to the Boone Bridge. Then a messy commute headed through Chesterfield all the way over to 270 in the Town and Country area. 70 eastbound jammed up just east of 170 over to Jennings Station Road. That's from a crash. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose. That's your Edge Morning Traffic.
Cleanliness and safety are essential to the success of any business. That's why Cintas has introduced our Total Clean program, a one-of-a-kind service that includes scheduled deliveries of essential cleaning supplies, hygienically cleaned uniforms, and on-site sanitizer and disinfectant services to help eliminate germs. Learn what the Cintas Total Clean program can do for you.
Oh, I'm ready!
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Get a grip on your finances with People's Bank and Trust's new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills with ease and all from the palm of your hand. Activate your phone today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
And Doug. And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb.
All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs.
Huh. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hi, this is Conrad Bellman, Bellman's Car Connection in St. Peter's. There's a reason we've been in business for over 50 years. It's because we listen to you, our customers. Having the best selection in town might be another reason we've been in business for so long. Over 150 used quality vehicles at one easy-to-get-to location. Priced to sell quickly. So come to Bellman's Car Connection in St. Peter's, where you'll never pay the max, at the corner of Highway 70 and 370, or on the web at carnection.com.
This view was worth a hike.
Right?
And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Maureen saved big shopping epic daily deals at Amazon. So now she's free to become Maureen the Merrier. And with her brand new tableware, everyone's welcome at Maureen's table. All of her family, friends, even her neighbor with the pet. Hey, has anyone seen a ferret around here? Found it. Dig into Amazon's epic daily deals. Spend less, smile more.
Lowe's Provember event is back, and we're thanking pros like you all month long. So when you become a Pro Loyalty member, now through November 24th, you'll get a welcome kit via mail, Lowe's bucket included. It's all part of Provember, going on online and in stores. Lowe's, the new home for pros. New accounts only. More terms and conditions apply while supplies last. Visit Lowe's.com/pro-loyalty for details. U.S. only.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Happy Hump Day. Happy Wednesday. I love it when I get music on here and I see Eric and he starts moving his head. You know I pick out some good music. I do. I like upbeat. And you always say that the music I like is very simple.
Yeah.
It's not this, I don't know, I guess.
It's the McDonald's of music. Everybody loves McDonald's. Great. It's like Hardee's. Let's go to Hardee's.
McDonald's of music.
So when Chris asks me to play some music or what I want to play, that's what I'll do. I'll play some of the upbeat stuff. I'm sorry. That's what I like.
Nobody. And
but
I mean
every
nobody.
time I play it, I look at you and you're always moving your head.
Hey, I'm not a good judge of that because nobody on the planet likes the stuff I like. They don't understand it.
But that's music. All of us like different things, and somebody else may not.
Like, I'll post something on Facebook, like just, I post, hey, great day, look at my bass, look at this neat little bass. And I'll get hundreds of likes and comments. I post some of the music I like, crickets. I mean, not one thumb up, nothing. It's like,
well, you had some people that like your Soundgarden. I'm not a big Soundgarden fan, but
I know.
But when you talk about
it.
Soundgarden, people like Soundgarden.
I get it.
All
Pat
right.
Metheny,
but
Robin Trower,
but
nothing.
Regardless if people want to get into the political aspect of the "Let's Go Brandon" song, it's catchy.
I'm telling you right now. So Chris is going to Florida.
That's a catchy little song.
You're not a big nightlife guy, though, are you? I mean, you go out. You and Baba Booey go out every now and then. I guarantee
he's
you,
a casino guy.
I know. There's going to be a nightclub that plays this thing at full volume with full lighting effect, and people are going to go nuts. I'm telling you.
I'll let you know.
I'm telling you,
I'm going
man.
to an after party with Tom Brady. They're playing the Giants, and I'm going to the game. It's on the 21st, I think.
Time out.
Yeah.
And Nick, our guest who's online, I promise we're getting you to say, Nick, you can listen to this story too. Chris is kind of a bigwig guy. He and Patrick Mahomes both had their cars towed from the lake.
We did.
They both showed up to pick up their cars together. Chris was also rubbing elbows with Tom Brady and Giselle at was it a Super Bowl party or where were you before?
It was a Super Bowl party in Tampa.
You were at a Super Bowl party with those two. So what are you telling me now? You're hanging out with Brady again?
Yeah, I'm going to the game, and I'll let you know because I'm going to a club, and I'll let you know if that song's good.
Wait a second. What? So is this in New York?
No, it's in Tampa.
So the Giants play in Tampa when?
Yes. Let me look.
So they're playing down in Tampa.
It's like the 21st, I think.
And how do you know Brady's going to be there? Because
I know.
The guys that are in the know in those circles, that's how they answer right there.
Right,
because I know.
because I know that he cut me off. He put me in my place really fast.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, welcome back to The Edge while Chris looks at that. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, I'm Vic Faust with Fox 2. Appreciate you joining us for the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio anywhere. Thanks again for jumping on the chat line. The best interaction you're going to find anywhere. 100.7 The Viper. Share the show as well. And you can also catch us on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper, and ViperRocks.com. And Chris, real quick before you tell us, did you say we're making a comeback with YouTube now?
Yes, we are.
They're not.
Can
they're
you
not.
believe that?
They're not.
Yeah.
We get knocked off YouTube every single day.
Yeah.
They would
just for
cancel us.
fun.
It's ridiculous.
But I thought we already had our 2 strikes again.
You better be careful.
Chris just said we're in the top 10.
We're in it.
Ivermectin. See, don't put the M in there.
Right.
It's ivermectin from now on.
Okay, Chris. Before we get to Nick, what were you going to say?
I'm going to a Monday night game.
You didn't even know what game you're going to.
It was a Sunday. I said the 21st. It's the
Monday night-
22nd.
Okay, a Monday night game, and there's a party afterwards.
No, there's a party that weekend.
Oh, before
and
the party.
now, yes.
And Brady's allowed to go do that before he plays.
Brady
I don't know nothing about that.
No, Brady does
I
a
just
lot
know
of
he's
stuff.
going to be there.
All right.
He does a lot of stuff. He has his little podcast. He's like on the air. He's like breaking himself down. Like, now, if I was to do this again, he does all kinds of stuff.
Hey, Nick Mazzotti with Full Care Incorporated. Hey, Nick, you going to go to the party too?
Absolutely.
Hey, Chris, you can take Nick with you.
I'll be down in Tampa.
All right.
Look me up.
They don't need you down there. They never get any ice down in Tampa.
Yeah, but they do landscaping as well.
I guess they do landscaping.
But I'm going to go down before the winter hits.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Go
There you
warm
go.
up. Go warm up.
Hey, Nick, I appreciate you joining us today to give us a little update of some things going on. I saw a story come through the line. Good friend of the show sent me the story. In Massachusetts, they're talking there. The people in your business are talking about having to pay upwards of $310 an hour for snowplow drivers. Number one, could you see that happening? To what in the hell would happen if that's the going rate for snowplow drivers?
A lot of people would be out of business. You know?
I don't know.
Wouldn't be able to
You're right.
with the economy the way it is, inflation and stuff, the clients wouldn't even put up with it. So it's just it's crazy up in the Northeast. I worked up in that area for a while.
Well, that's a different
what's
level.
Going on up there is just nuts. Just nuts.
That's a different level of snow removal. I used to live in Anchorage, Alaska.
Oh,
right.
Well, it's the same thing at some point. St. Louis gets dinged. We do, but the snow is usually gone like the next day. There are areas of this country where you would have to pay someone $400 an hour if they wanted it, because you would shut down the entire city, right? I mean, isn't that true?
Yeah. Correct. And up in the Northeast, if it's the same article, it's the municipalities, the government that are looking to pay that fee. So,
supply and demand.
Correct.
Well, we're talking with Nick Mazzotti from Full Care Incorporated. You guys are a landscaping company. You clear roads. You do so much throughout not only the Missouri and Illinois area, but throughout the Midwest. The supply chain issue is a huge deal right now. What should people expect this winter? I mean, is it something where you guys could see or try to forecast where, listen, if we don't have workers or if we don't have product, there's going to be a serious situation throughout the St. Louis area?
Yeah, that is going on here in the St. Louis area. Supplies are with the salt coming in and getting supplies is tough. Luckily for Full Care, since we've been in the business over 25 years, we have already had secured our product because we planned for extreme weather and extreme circumstances like this. So this season we're all prepared, but other companies are going to are struggling because they get their salt from overseas. So you know what's going on with the containers and stuff; they're still sitting out in the water. So there is going to be a challenge there for companies to do that. But there's other companies like Full Care that are prepared for the winter to be able to handle it. We already had one of our big clients call us and ask if we had the capacity to take on additional work if needed. So we're prepared to help out where it's going to be.
What about the resources like salt and all of the things that you'll need? Gasoline. Have you guys figured all that into the pricing of this? And have you put a report together? I'd love to know how much you think that this is going to go up as far as the pricing goes.
Yeah, I don't have a report, like on how much it's going to increase. Like I said, we secured our product prior to all this, and we're able to fill up our salt domes and gas will be an issue because that's you can't we can't store that. But yeah, it's gonna continue to go up until the DC gets a grip on things and try to make things better.
Well, we were talking about in Massachusetts having to pay upwards of $310 an hour for a driver. Do you guys have staff? Are you seeing a shortage of drivers in the area too?
Yeah, we have our staff. We secured our staff because during the COVID at Full Care, we kept everybody employed and on the payroll and stuff. So we're secured there. But yeah, shortage of staff. A lot of people are still wanting to sit at home. It makes more sense. They're making more sitting at home and not wanting to come in to do the snow plowing. They're like, oh, I can just take it off.
But what I get, okay, you guys are in a good spot, and I understand that. But you guys don't do everything, right?
No.
Yeah. So what about the rest of the area? I mean, and I'm not sure you can just go buy a ton of trucks and get a bunch of people to do that. Could you foresee something happening where, there's a lot of places throughout the St. Louis Metro or Missouri or Illinois in the Midwest where people aren't getting the service that they were used to getting?
Yes, I do see that. To answer that question, yes.
So
there will be that issue because there's other companies that can't do what we did. It's going to be a struggle.
At least that we've seen. Dave Murray's winter forecast, the meteorologist for the state, he said it's supposed to be a lighter winter. We'll see. And Glenn Zimmerman from Fox 2 said the same thing. I don't know. Have you seen it before where we're told it's going to be a light winter and it's not?
A few times.
Yeah. You see that all the time. It's like we have different weather sources, and we're showing that we're on that. St. Louis is on that sweet spot to where it can either cut north or cut south. But we're showing from the weather services that we see that it could be a decent winter. But like you said, your meteorologists, they know better than us. It could change. It could change.
This is the thing. When I hear this story, I think the richer neighborhoods, they can afford to get, even if it's $1,000 an hour, they can get the $1,000 driver to come through their subdivision. It's the people that get hurt are in the lower income neighborhoods where the government's supposed to be taking care of this, or they don't have the supplies and resources. Is that kind of accurate that the neighborhoods that don't have the means to get their streets and roads plowed, they just can't do it this year, you think?
No, I think they'll still get it done. It might be, like down in the city that the city is taking care of the streets and stuff in front of their houses and stuff. Could be a struggle for them, but I don't see that being.
Okay, so it's not such a problem of the accessibility; it's more the price. It's more the getting the resources. It's just the fact that we're in an inflationary period, and we don't have the supply chain isn't there to pick up the slack.
Okay, dumb question, Nick. Could Chris, Eric, and I get together and make Salt in America and it be there for people to be able to use like yourself?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right. Because you said all the salt sitting on.
If we could, I'd be making it with you.
Well, we hedge our bets on that salt. We put it in those silos. So during the year, we're probably okay.
Why
with
can't
salt.
we make salt in the United States? Why does it have to come from other countries? That's what I'm saying it rhetorically. Dude.
No, there are facilities here in the United States that mine salt. But a lot of it comes over. Some of it comes overseas lately, because once the salt mines in the United States are dried up or they need to be replenished, then it takes time.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I don't know all the logistics on how they grade or where they get it from in the U.S.
And it sucks
overseas.
It sucks to be us right now. It does.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what. If you are a go-getter, a kid with an F-350 or something like that, then you don't mind putting a plow on the front of your thing and putting a de-icer on the back of your truck, you could make some money this year.
Yeah,
I mean, you could be wealthy.
Yeah. No. If there's people out there and they do it and they come to work and stuff, they're going to be busy.
Yes.
Because the people that are showing up, they're working. They'll be working, a lot of hours, making a lot of
make some money, kids. Make some money.
Well, Nick, we appreciate you joining us this morning. Can people still contact you, or are you guys pretty booked up? Because I know you do a lot of major commercial companies, things of that nature. Is it if somebody's interested or wants to secure, can they still contact you guys? And if so, how would they do that?
Absolutely. They just caller may number.
Oh, the full care incorporated number.
Yep. Or go to our website.
And what is your website?
FullCareInc.com.
FullCareInc.com. Nick Bozzotti. Nick, hey, thanks for joining us this morning. We can't wait to hear about your trip with Chris to watch the Giants and the Buccaneers, and your post party with Tom Brady.
Yeah, baby.
All right. There you go.
Yeah, we got it.
Thanks, guys.
Nick Bozzotti, Full Care Inc. Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for joining us this morning. You heard it here first. This show is we're always a step ahead.
Yeah.
We're always trying to look at what's next, the next day.
Right.
Let's see what happens this winter. We're going to have roads that aren't being able to, because, that's one company. They're a great company, 25 years in business. They've already got things locked in. Yeah, they've got their clients. What about everybody else?
Everybody else. That's the problem, is if you can't get out and get around. There's just so many issues right now where people, 80% of the American population doesn't care about CRT, where a lot of the soccer moms got, involved. A lot of the people don't care about the border. They're going to they're going to baseball games, football games. But there are a few issues that nail everybody. Getting out of your garage and when there's a snowstorm. That's one. The rising prices in meat, the rising prices in food, the rising prices in gas. All of a sudden, the tsunami this year might not be the snowstorms, or there might not be the rain. It might not be the hurricanes next spring. The tsunami might be what happens to this administration if they can't figure out how to deal with it.
They're already dealing with it. And I see it on the national media. Never, ever thought I would see the national media calling out the president and the vice president. Never thought I'd see the polls that I'm starting to see from CNN and USA Today, the Suffolk polls, just lambasting the president and the vice president. Rob from Facebook says, it was reported on another radio station that St. Louis County Prosecutor Wesley Bell put the alleged serial killer in a diversion program because of the arson case he was involved in. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. That's why I said we're trying to be as upfront as we possibly can, getting out ahead of the information that's out there. But yes, that's true, and it's a situation that they don't want to look at. And guess what? Here's the problem with the diversion programs. Sometimes they work. They really do. And you see lives changed and people become productive members of society. And you're like, oh, my God, the diversion program is amazing. It works. But guess what? It doesn't work every single time. It's just like life. It's like you play the percentages. You're never going to get 100% of anything. So is it good? Is it bad? Do you go back to how you were doing things? I've done countless stories on diversion programs in Detroit and in St. Louis over the last 15 years. And guess what? If you have diversion programs, you're going to continue to see stories like this. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And it's sad because just to get us up to date on what the listener was wanting to talk about. Okay, I do have a better bit of news here. And I led that in to Jane Duker because we had Jane Duker on yesterday. She's legal representation for St. Louis County, St. Louis City Police. She's a local lawyer, lobbyist. Yesterday, I think it was Carrie Canary. I only remember the name because it's catchy.
Right.
Who said Jane Duker is the verbal ninja.
She is.
Of the Edge. Well, if you check out Jane Duker's Twitter account, Jane has already switched her title. She now includes in her little bio title, when you go to Jane Duker and Twitter, it now says verbal ninja.
You know that's right. You know that's right. Give it to if you got it, take it, put it, do something with it.
Yeah, you know what, Mark Harris, and I love this. Everyone deserves a second chance. I agree. I've had second, third, fourth, fifth chances in my life in different areas. Everybody does. But at the same point in time, it depends on what the crime was, what happened, how it's affected people, and that's where and it's such a talk about story.
Yeah.
Without second chances, we wouldn't be America. We really wouldn't.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. You want to talk about updating our criminal system. I do believe in second chances. I believe that some people can get involved in the wrong crowd, the wrong situation. They do something wrong, and they really want to do better. You have to give them that opportunity. But, however, there are certain crimes that deserve a different type of punishment.
But you don't know somebody's a serial killer until they become the serial killer. That's the problem.
I think that
there can be some warning signs, some red flags when it comes to mental illness. But I think we're just now starting to scratch the surface of mental illness issues and what can happen, and actually recognizing and admitting that we do have a severe case of mental illness in this
We're in a
country.
little bit of a quagmire because it doesn't seem like our leaders, their job is to protect the population from potholes, from murder hornets, and from would-be killers. People that maybe rob cars. And it doesn't seem like they're interested at all in doing that kind of stuff. So when this story comes out and you're like, wait a minute, there was a shot of not letting this happen, of knowing who this kid was or this guy was. And these stories are too prevalent right now. We need to start getting a handle on it. And maybe crime is the next, Loudoun County board. Maybe crime is the thing that we start to go after more. Maybe these prosecutors, we start to call them out and we start to arrive at their offices and say, you are not keeping us safe. Your only job is to keep us safe. That's really your job. Make sure that you can go out in public, go to a Cardinal game without the opportunity of having someone rob your car. We were a few days ago, one of the members of PRL, their significant other, they had a person that had their car stolen. An hour later, they had a video of the 4 kids that stole their car in the middle of St. Louis City with a TikTok video wielding a gun in the back of her car.
And are you surprised?
And what I was surprised about is back in the old days, they would say, well, we know who these kids are. All right, go get them. It doesn't seem like they have any consequence whatsoever. So was I surprised when I saw that? I was kind of like, well, that's interesting. No. That's new.
Yeah, it's interesting, but not.
But
that kind of stuff.
You're looking at your car going down the highway with 4 kids. 2 probably are in the front seat, wielding a gun in the back of your car.
Eric, when my car was stolen, as we talked about to start the show, I was told where my car would show up, an approximate time, and what it would look like. And the police were right on all 3 accounts.
Yeah, but do you
so people know?
Do you film yourself in the back of the?
It all depends on the
Here you got
the individual.
Your Honor, here they are in the back of my car. They're wielding a gun, so it's an armed robbery of sorts. I mean, seriously.
No, I'm with you. I get it. Another thing just came out, another headline just in. The U.S. producer price inflation jumped to 8.6% year over year in October, matching the largest increase ever. So we are definitely trending the wrong direction. 8.6 year over year.
Wow.
Think about that. I know. Think about that.
That one took a second to hit me.
No,
I'm sorry. That one, I had to kind of absorb that. That is an unbelievable number.
I'm still trying to get my head around it. These are the kind of things that we're dealing with right now. Another update that we wanted to hit before we hit. We'll see if it goes over. If it's more than 3 minutes. Trump came out Sunday, Monday. He ripped 13 Republicans for signing on to the infrastructure bill. Do people care? Do they not care? There's not really infighting. It was just Trump trying to make his voice heard.
Yeah,
trying to be relevant.
Yeah, non-story.
Yeah, I think it's a non-story too. I don't see Republicans fighting.
No.
All of the pressure, all of the emphasis, all of the bad right now is on Joe Biden and Democrats. I think they've got a bigger situation right now than Republicans do.
The only thing you'll see are the 13 that voted for this infrastructure package. They are going to be primaried. They are dead men walking. You see Liz Cheney. She's a dead woman walking. They're in there for the, until they get their asses handed to them and they put someone in there that's an actual true conservative. So that's the only thing that the Republicans really need to worry about right now is that those 13 and maybe some senators over there. But Liz Cheney will lead the way out the door. So that's it. There's, maybe you see a Donald Trump kind of wrestling with himself. Do I want to run? Do I think that it might be a better idea to let a Tim Scott run or a DeSantis run? I could see that, sure. I could see some people going over to Mar-a-Lago. Hell, Chris might go over there when he's down in Florida and say, Mr. President, what do you think about being the godfather of the GOP? Maybe you can be the new Obama and kind of lead from behind.
From our Facebook line, we had somebody who already posted all the names of the 13 who voted for the infrastructure plan. Just like that. Our listeners are crazy amazing when it comes there. Glenn says that other Republicans should have spoken up as well. It was kind of an easy, kind of just under the radar situation when that happened. How about this? And I appreciate it. Sports question for you, Vic. I haven't heard anything for a couple of weeks. Any updates on the NFL versus St. Louis issue? Love your take.
Great question.
No, it is. And we'll get to it, and we're going to have to take a break here in about a minute or two. No updates. Trial is still set. That's all you are. Last week, the NFL quietly tried to have it removed again from St. Louis. They were quickly denied, the NFL, the trial, that is. And right now, it's scheduled for trial in January. That's where we are. I believe, unless something happens, there was a hearing sometime in December, maybe, to find out why the owners had not given over all of their financials yet, because they were being fined, and they would be fined again. The only owner that I'm aware of at this point in time that has given over the financials, and it was like 1,000 pages, or 230, excuse me. I was being over dramatic.
It was Kroenke, right?
It was Kroenke.
And it was like not even a fraction of them.
And it wasn't even a fraction of all
Right
pages.
now, St. Louis, go big or go home.
Yeah, they are. St. Louis is. It's happening. Just because you don't hear about it every day doesn't mean that it's not going on. This is actually where the biggest work is being done behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Is when things are quiet.
Yeah.
When it comes out, that's when all of the I's have been dotted and the T's have been crossed. That's how media works.
Could you imagine? And they would have to do this fast because they don't want to lose money hand over fist. But if they had a tentative agreement with the city of St. Louis or whatever owners group that they could come up with next spring, maybe next when the draft comes, whatever. The NFL and St. Louis have agreed to an expansion team. And it's all, maybe they don't even give the reason, but it's like, and we're going to put one over in London, and they sweep all of this crap under the rug. Could you? And then, it's up to St. Louis to actually figure out what that ownership group is and where we put the stadium. And it could be a lot of fun here in St. Louis in the next couple years.
Yeah, it's going to be a year story if indeed a team is brought.
Yeah.
Chances are it's still going to be a massive payout, and then we'll take it from that standpoint.
Yeah. But they can make their money back with a brand new stadium. Heck, we could put it right where they're putting the new soccer stadium. Just build right on top of it. Because no one's going to go see soccer in St. Louis.
It's sold out every weekend.
for the first week.
You're wrong, dude. Soccer is going to be big here. It's going to be big. It is.
Okay.
I promise you. When we come back, Governor Parson jumping in. He's looking at jobless benefits for those who weren't vaccinated and were fired from their jobs. That's an interesting subject. We're going to get into that. Aaron Rodgers speaks out again in regards to his COVID situation. A massive star from General Hospital is fired because he refused to get vaccinated. All of these issues still rearing their heads all over the place. We'll get into all of that. Plus, whatever you want to hit on, the Rittenhouse trial is going on. I'm telling you, I think he's going to be found innocent. Kyle Rittenhouse, the teen who crossed state lines and ended up shooting people. And Matthew McConaughey, we talked about him possibly running for governor in Texas. Will he be Republican or Democrat? We don't know yet if he does.
Republican.
I know you keep saying that. He came out with his opinion on kids and vaccinations yesterday.
Yes, he did.
You're going to hear that as well. We'll also take your phone calls. Phone number 636-695-2915. And you can catch us at ViperRocks.com, plus Facebook 100.7 The Viper. Share the show as always. And on YouTube, The Morning Edge. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, and Vic Faust back with this and your morning headlines.
The Edge Morning Show. Back in a moment.
Edge Morning Traffic. A new crash eastbound I-70 past Highway 79. It's been moved over to that right shoulder. A nice run on 64 this morning out of Lake St. Louis through Weldon Spring, and then over to the Boone Bridge. Those earlier delays in the Chesterfield area have also cleared up. No problems reported on Highway 61 out of Troy headed south through Wentzville. And it's still a slow go in St. Louis County for northbound 270 drivers. There's a crash south of Big Bend that has traffic backed up to I-44. On Fox 2's Molly Rose, that's your Edge Morning Traffic.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said now he speaks Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Who plans for a stroke? We do. At Barnes Jewish St. Peter's Hospital, we're educating the community and developing new ways to reduce the impact of strokes. In partnership with Washington University physicians, we're the only ones in St. Charles County using thrombectomy, an interventional procedure to treat strokes that's fast, safe, and gets patients back to their lives. When it comes to stroke care, we're your best medicine, close to home. To learn more about symptoms and treatments for stroke, visit bjsph.org/stroke.
Panera believes in saying yes. Yes to clean, fresh ingredients. Yes to the new chicken sausage and pepperoni flatbread topped with rich mozzarella. Yes to delicious mac and cheese. Yes to putting it on a sandwich, creating the grilled mac and cheese sandwich. And yes to impromptu road trips to Sandwich, Illinois. Because that's living life to the flavor fullest. Get $1 delivery when you order on our app. Panera. Live your yes. Pricing and product availability may vary. Visit PaneraBread.com.
Good morning, privates! Good morning, Drill Sergeant! I mean, seriously, what a pleasant morning. The sun is shining and the birds are chirping. You seem to be in a good mood today. Astute observation, Private. Astute.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
So, in lieu of the obstacle course today, I propose a nice, meditative nature walk. Does that sound delightful to everyone? Yes, Drill Sergeant!
Have a change of heart with Honey Nut Cheerios. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
Are you a business owner looking for funding? Greenbox Capital is here to help by providing easy working capital loans in as little as 24 hours. Visit greenboxcapital.com/apply now to fill out a short form and get started today. With funding from $3,000 to $500,000, Greenbox Capital can help. Visit greenboxcapital.com/apply now to receive a special offer of 10% off cost of working capital. Greenboxcapital.com/apply now and get business funding needed without stress from traditional lenders. Greenboxcapital.com/apply now. Fast funding for small businesses.
Start with everyone with a brand new puppy they cannot leave home alone. And there he is now, disemboweling a sofa. Now narrow it to the puppy parents who need to get their prescriptions refilled today. For you, there's Walgreens same-day prescription delivery. Medication sent right to your door from the local Walgreens you already know and trust. So you can spend all day at home teaching your new puppy some manners. Elroy, roll over. Or just sit there and tilt your head. Aw. To join, text JOIN-RX to 21525.
Now another hour of The Edge Morning Show on KFNS Troy St. Charles. The Edge Morning Show.
Shop local with Revolution Mattress and O'Fallon. When you come in, you talk to the owners, Kevin and Lisa. No high pressure and no salesperson stalking you through the store. Kevin and Lisa will help you pick out the perfect mattress for your body and sleep position. Most of their products are made in America with a 10-year non-prorated warranty. See why Revolution Mattress has 5-star ratings on Google and Facebook reviews. Revolution Mattress, locally owned on Main Street in O'Fallon.
Spectrum Glass is known for their quality work on windshields, but they do so much more. Spectrum Glass also specializes in residential, commercial, and automotive window tinting. Reduce the heat, reduce the fading, and increase your comfort with professional window tinting from Spectrum Glass. Serving St. Charles and surrounding counties since 1995, Spectrum Glass is still your premier company for windshield replacement. And with free mobile service, they come to you. 636-294-1800 on Facebook and SpectrumGlassOnline.com.
Viper Weather with legendary chief meteorologist Dave Murray.
Hi, this is Viper meteorologist Dave Murray. It's Wednesday, and we are staying on the mild side, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Could be a sprinkle here and there, but pretty tough to find. Let's peek it out at 70 degrees this afternoon. Tonight, cloudy skies dominate. Here comes a little stronger cold front. Showers could be a rumble of thunder primarily late tonight after midnight. 50 degrees for the low. Thursday, showers, could be a rumble of thunder or two. That's in the morning on Thursday. I think the sun comes out during the afternoon on Thursday. It's a little bit cooler, 59, 60. Friday, partly sunny, windy, and colder. Highs in the 40s. Keep highs in the 40s on Saturday with partly sunny skies. From the Viper Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray. Now back to the Edge on 100.7, The Viper.
Whipple River Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. The Edge Morning Show.
Local headlines now with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Your morning headlines brought to you by Playoff Sports Bar and Grill on Highway K and 364 in O'Fallon, Missouri. Easily accessible. Talking about the best happy hour in town. Wings, burgers, all the sports you can handle. Inside, patio and takeout. Mike's a great owner. It's all taking place at playoffs in O'Fallon, Missouri. The Blues got a win last night. Hey, they're rocking and rolling. They're 7-2-1. Not too bad. First place in the division. They won 3-2 in overtime. Ryan O'Reilly coming back. Looking pretty good. Gets the game winner in overtime in a shootout. Blues come back home now for a game before hitting the road again. I believe they play Thursday night, hosting the Nashville Predators, a division rival. Okay. There's a big lane closure today on the I-270 Chain of Rocks Bridge for repairs. Be ready for some possible backups there. There's a new MMA fighter from the St. Louis area. He's a U-City native. His name is Joaquin Buckley. And apparently, one knockout that he had was voted best knockout last year, and it's changed his life. It's a great story. You should check it out on fox2now.com. By the way, the Missouri Supreme Court has ruled against for Buckaroo regarding audio evidence in a case that goes back years. It's a very interesting case with the Supreme Court had to rule on from that. She was accused of a 2017 death and dismemberment of her daughter, Savannah Leckie, in Ozark County. So that case still goes forward. We'll talk about this, and we have been. Consumer prices surged by the most in 31 years. Prices rose 6.2% year over year in October. We've been talking about that. It is a major story, and right now, we really don't see anything that's starting to change that right now. And Governor Parson now looking at possible jobless benefits for those who were fired because they refused to get the COVID vaccine. Very, very interesting. Also, the pandemic is evolving. The task force chief says as Missouri logs an uptick in COVID-19 cases. Let's look at your morning headlines. I'm Vic Faust, back with more right after this.
This is the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. You're listening to The Edge with Eric Johnson, Chris Knight. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Appreciate you joining us. ViperRocks.com. Once again, ViperRocks.com. You can also catch us on Facebook at 100.7. The Viper, as always, share the show. And if you want to, you can call. More people like to join the social media line, but the phone number, if you want to, is 636-695-2915. You know what we do here? We break down all of the headlines, the stories, the things that are happening in your world, separating fact and fiction as we best can. Another big story that we haven't talked about, Eric, I know you were like, come on, man. Yeah. Come on, man. What's going on with the pipeline warning? St. Louis County Council is planning a hearing, though, over Spire's pipeline warning. At last night's council meeting, they grilled a Spire, Missouri official who was online about a warning about the email sent to residents that you brought up, Eric, last week warning of potential natural gas outages this winter. So the council's pledging to get to the bottom of it. I told you, I know some of the players involved. I think it's all a game. It's a sad game, but nothing is going to get shut down. Nothing is going to.
Anheuser-Busch seems to think so.
I know.
Those are people in high places that know things.
I think it's all about money, all about prices, backing people into corners.
Yeah, but can you kind of blame them? If your gas price over at Quick Trip is going up, why wouldn't Spire's gas price go up? You know, why is it so hard to think that these guys are getting word from their suppliers or wherever it's coming from? Dude, you whatever you're paying for now, well, as of right now, it's at least 8%.
But the company said it could, quote, could be forced to stop operating the pipeline on December 13th.
Yeah, that one doesn't make sense.
Unless the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission extends an emergency order that it granted in September. Now, that decision followed a U.S. Court of Appeals ruling back in June because that was a lawsuit that was brought by an environmental group, FERC. FERC didn't adequately demonstrate a need for the 65-mile pipeline. Now, FERC is all there. It's this defense fund group that sued the pipeline, and it's all about prices and money. Spire's email warning to customers, I do believe, was a bit overblown because FERC's going to allow the pipeline to continue to operate.
Okay, fine, but if I'm Spire, I'm doing everything in my power to let customers know, look, if your bill this year is $1,000 and not $420, you're going to be real mad at somebody.
Well, hell yeah.
But and that could happen. That's not that it could happen. It's going to happen. You're not going to see bills go down from last year. They're not going to stay the same. They're going to go up. Okay. Spire right now is in a PR campaign. It's going to happen. We might even lose product. We don't even know what's going to happen. Look, this is all a regulatory problem. This is coming from the top down. The top is the environmental groups, Vic, are trying to shut everything down. Pipeline 5 in Michigan, they're trying to get rid of it. No doubt about it. We found out about it, and now we asked the questions in the press briefing room. Now it's a big deal across the country where Elizabeth Warren, who is one of the most environmentally conscious people on the planet, are saying, Mr. President, please don't do that. I can't win re-election if my gas prices are $12 a gallon. So please keep your hands off that. So the crush on the administration right now is massive. And Spire is just a little teeny thing here in the Midwest that's feeling the effects of it that just happened to, I think, 600,000 homes in the area? It's 600,000, I believe. And they are now saying, your prices are going up, and we might not have enough supply for you. This could be catastrophic. It could be absolutely brutal if we get a couple of negative 10-degree days and there's no heat to heat these people. Period.
I'm telling you, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, but what is your sources that give you that confidence? Why? Because this is not. I mean, are you going to tell me that it doesn't cost $60 to buy a turkey? Are you going to tell me? I mean, seriously, there's a lot of price gouging and prices are going up. So I don't know why you would think for a second that it's not going to happen this winter. I think that this is a top-down kind of a problem. I'm sorry to tell you that. The administration right now.
Well, even Tim Fitch last night at the county council meeting said, why sound the alarm? Why sound it now? I'm telling you, it just seems like it was trying to
Well, what happens if it comes right on top of your head and then all of a sudden your people are going, what the hell's going on here with this gas bill? We told you about it in November. Didn't you get the memo? I don't think they're going out of their way at all. I mean, I would love to see another letter out 2 weeks from now saying, you know what, crisis diverted.
They scheduled a hearing that's going to happen. But you already know this too in life, and you already saw it happen in some areas where you have people and you have companies that create a situation to put other people in situations to get the best price that they can get when it comes to a contract.
Yeah.
And, we're going to do this.
I totally agree there.
And
too.
that's that when you ask me my sources, when you ask me, that's what's happening here, Eric.
Yeah, but there are sometimes those little tiny contract negotiations can get overrun by the bigger problem. No gas being produced in the United States, taking out gas lines out of Canada, begging OPEC to bring over more gas from overseas. All of these people are saying no, 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 no. You guys shut down XL Pipeline. You guys are trying to shut down Pipeline 5 or whatever it is. And you guys are bitching about higher gas prices. You guys can't get any product in from the California. I mean, come on. I feel sorry for Spire a little bit. I never thought I would say that. But Spire is going to be basically passing the costs on to you, and that's all there is to it.
All right. Well, the best part about this is the fact that we start talking about issues. It's good when you can have people that are there. St. Louis County Councilman Tim Fitch joins us on the phone. All right. I could maybe I'm just dumb, Mr. Fitch. Maybe I'm just like Pollyanna. I'm acting like Eric today, but I don't see the craziness happening with the situation. Can you get us updated what happened at the meeting last night, St. Louis County Council? Because I don't see. I don't understand why this email was sent out.
You're talking about the Spire email.
Correct. I'm sorry. We've been talking about this.
Basically what they said is they hit the panic button and they wanted to notify residential and business customers that there could be an interruption in gas supply this winter, maybe as soon as December 13th is what we heard, because they were the subject of a court ruling against Spire over something called the St. Louis Pipeline. So it's a pipeline that basically was built for $280 million, Spire's investment, in central Illinois, where it connects with another major pipeline going east and west. And basically it delivers gas, natural gas for Spire, Missouri, into St. Louis County. And basically what happens, the court said FERC, which is the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, gave them permission to build this pipeline. an environmental group came along and sued them and said, you took land that you shouldn't have, the proper environmental protections weren't followed, and because of that, the lawsuit said is you shouldn't be able to operate it. And guess what? The courts agreed that FERC should not have issued this permit, so they told them you've got till December 13th to shut it down or give some good reason why you shouldn't. Now, they have a temporary restraining order, I guess we'll call it, a temporary permit to continue to operate it through December 13th, but after that, everything's up in the air. So they hit the panic button. They said, we don't know what's going to happen, but be prepared because we may not have enough gas. And they supposedly have contingency plans in place to shut down schools, businesses, and et cetera, before they start getting to residential customers. And at this point, it's really up in the air as to whether this is a true emergency or if they're just trying to get support from the public to go forward and basically force FERC and this environmental group to back off.
Man, it sounds
That's
like
it in a nutshell.
That's what I thought it was, the latter.
Well, yeah, but it has nothing to do with negotiating contract. I think that this is...
Of course, it's all about negotiations there for support. Absolutely.
It sounds to me like environmental groups petitioned a court. The court said, yeah. I mean, it doesn't. Maybe they didn't have the right eminent domain contracts or this, that, and the other. But I do see. I kind of feel sorry for Spire. They're trying to deliver product. I'm sure they don't want to be going through this, and they're trying to deliver product to the people of St. Louis County, and they're like, guys, we might have a problem here. So I almost feel glad that they're putting this memo out right now because it kind of indemnifies them on December 13th when everything can start falling around them. Don't you think that that's... And then it seems like our administration should say, we are in a panic situation. Energy is going through the roof. We are not shutting this pipeline down. Sorry. We'll figure it out later. I mean, is that fair? Could that happen?
Yeah, it could. We'll have to wait and see what happens on December or before December 13th. I don't think any court's going to say it's a good idea to shut off gas supply to any place in the middle of the wintertime.
Right.
So
Which is why I'm not
I think it could be both ways. It could be them hitting the panic button, trying to get support for their investment. Remember, they're $280 million
money.
and now they can't use it.
Right.
And FERC told them they could. So I get that part of it. But remember, they delivered gas to St. Louis before they had the St. Louis pipeline. But what they did is they had to buy it from other sources, and it's cheaper to build your own and supply your own as opposed to contracting with others. So that's the position they're in right now is do we go back to contracting with others, which will cost more money, or do we ask the public for help to get our $280 million investment back up and running permanently?
I think this is all in a nutshell. When do you think we're going to get some news?
Well, I would think probably in the next, I'm going to take a wild guess and say in the next few weeks we should hear something. I can't imagine, again, the court shutting down this pipeline on December 13th. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, well, hey, we appreciate you joining us for that. Before you go, Sam Page was at St. Louis County Council meeting last night, right?
No, he was on the TV.
Okay. Well, I thought he might have showed up last night because in the last 2 weeks he's been out at several events.
Yeah, he has.
With pictures being shown, hugging people.
No mask.
Well,
I just left the Police Foundation breakfast at the Ritz in Clayton. I'm just left there. Sam Page was about 4 tables over from me, 450, 500 people in the room. And I will say that he was the only guy in the room with a mask on.
How could he not be?
I think he's tired of getting photographed without his mask on, so he was going to make sure his mask was Wait a minute. By the way, when they introduced him, he got the least amount of applause of anybody in the room.
Yes.
Golf claps.
I think it was just the people at his table.
I'm sure. That was awkward. Any truth that he might get rid of this mask mandate by the end of the year? Or is that,
well, there is no mask mandate, Eric.
Well, I mean, according to him.
There's no mask mandate.
There's no mask mandate.
He keeps saying it, and believe it or not, the media keeps reporting this mask mandate. And I'm like, I can't believe you all are still listening to this man. I can't believe they do.
Vic doesn't say that at 6 o'clock. I guarantee you.
No, I fight all day. No, you don't know what I go through.
I'm just saying what's in the teleprompter. That's all. But you're right. It's like
I just want truth out there, and right now there is no mask mandate, regardless of what he's. There isn't.
If you just keep telling the lie, maybe some people will believe it. And he's already taken credit that the numbers are down in St. Louis County because of his mandate he issued back in July that we canceled the very next day. he's taken credit for issuing a mandate that people didn't listen to the council. They wore a mask anyway, and because of his mask mandate, these numbers are down significantly.
I did see
That's
that.
what this was designed to do.
Yeah.
He knew there was going to be ups and downs in COVID. He knew an up was coming, throw in a mask mandate, then take credit for it when it goes down anyway. That's what he does.
Hey, Tim, is there any more news on him moonlighting?
The best I could tell, he still is. I don't know if you know this or not, but, the council issued subpoenas for the records. Western anesthesiologists have finally told us, okay, we're not going to fight you anymore. We're going to give them to you. Just a few days after they told us they're going to give us his records, he hired his own lawyer and intervened, and he's now trying to stop Western, his employer, from giving us this data that we've asked for.
Oh,
so it goes to show you how hard he's going to fight this thing, because he cannot let these numbers out to the public to show that he's been lying all along about working 1 weekend a month, which is what he's been saying. We know at least anecdotally, we know he's been working much more than that. And you know what, Sam? If you got nothing to hide, just let the public know how often you've been working at the hospital. Because I think they'll be shocked.
I think you guys should just have an assumptive close. Like, since you're not giving it to us, we're just going to assume that you're over there like every single day from 4 till 6 or whatever, doing anesthesia work. Because it seems to me like, he's doing it, so you might as well just proceed that he is doing it.
Well, he's admitted that he's doing it. That's not the contention. He's made it very clear that he's doing it, even though he said he would quit that when he became the county executive.
Yes.
What he's afraid of is for people to find out how often he's doing it. And then he's probably making a lot more money there than he is in his county executive job.
Exactly.
Hey, Tim, are you serious? Out of like 400 to 500 people, he was the only guy wearing a mask?
Absolutely. I saw no one else wearing a mask.
Were we there this morning? Were cameras there?
Well, Jasmine Huda was there emceeing it. You know typically how that works. That means probably that station was there because she was there emceeing this thing. And I will tell you that even Michael Neidorf, if you know who that is, from Centene,
of course,
he was the first speaker and got up and basically hammered masks. And how it's good to see people together without masks.
Well, time out.
The only guy sitting there with the mask on.
Wait a second.
Where was
Michael Neidorf was hammering mask?
Yes, he was.
Okay, that
news.
shocks me.
That's news.
Well,
now that could get Sam Page back off his whole mask thing. If, the guy that gives him the most donations of anybody, Centene, is criticizing the wearing of masks. At least that's exactly how I took it, and everybody at my table took it.
But also for all of our listeners to understand, Michael Neidorf is also big on vaccines. So I just want everybody to understand what Michael Neidorf is about, which is why the mask
But we're not
thing.
talking about vaccines.
Yeah, we're talking about one guy in the middle of a room.
The next step is the vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and remember, he's in the healthcare business. I get it. I get his business. I understand what he does for a living.
Tim, did you take a picture of Sam?
I did not, but it'd be like taking a picture of Sam with a mask is not newsworthy.
Right.
Now, getting a picture of me with a mask on would be newsworthy.
This is true.
Hey, on a better note,
people are trying to catch me in a place where I've got a mask on to get a picture.
Look, he's scuba diving. He's got a mask on.
Before we let you go, on a better note, anytime there's a police breakfast and anytime there's an honoring, and I've been to one before, can you talk about what that was like today in regards to some of the support that local law enforcement is getting?
I have to tell you guys, the support for local law enforcement in St. Louis is as good as it's ever been. You just don't hear much about it, because you still have some of the defund the police people out there. It's interesting to see some of the major defund the police people like Kelly Dunaway and Lisa Clancy, from the county council, who are now doing a serious dance trying to show how much they want to support the police. And it's really interesting because they're not dumb. They realize that election that we just had on the East Coast that, hey, we better get off of this defund the police thing because we're going to have to run for re-election. Clancy's up next year. So she has got to get off this defund the police thing as best as she can. So, and by the way, I didn't see either of them at the police breakfast this morning, but they are showing signs that they want to do some sort of support for the police. But the business community in St. Louis is stunning how they continue to support law and order in this community. They see what's going on with the failure to prosecute major crimes in our area. They know it's wrong. They continually support the police, not just with their voices, but with their wallets.
It's the truth. And, I don't think that it has go moving forward. It's not going to be defund the police with banners. It's going to be, let's figure out if you're putting action to your words. We will keep an eye on that. Will the prosecutors start making prosecutions and winning cases and putting these people in jail? Will St. Louis turn around? I'm sure Centene is talking behind the scenes with all these people saying, look, we're out of here if you don't fix a few things. And that will be a big one, I think.
Yeah, I think Michael's made that pretty clear, that he has an alternative, choice in Charlotte, and that he can move Centene to it anytime he wants. I don't think they'll abandon St. Louis. They've got too much invested, $1 billion building in Clayton, and they're businessmen. Remember that, business people. They're not going to abandon investments. But what they could do is do a symbolic, we're going to move our headquarters to Charlotte, and you pack up 50 people and you go.
Mm-hmm. That's what Boeing did.
Like Boeing did to Chicago several years ago, where they packed up out of Seattle and left. Although I think Chicago was probably a bad choice. At any rate.
Very bad.
Well,
very bad.
I did see that Centene, though, yesterday lost millions of dollars in tax breaks in California because they couldn't hire full staff in California. They were going to get some tax breaks in California, Tim, if they could hire a certain amount of people by a certain date, and they couldn't do it, which was shocking.
That's because people are leaving California in droves.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's stunning, the population losses. I've spent 3 weeks of the last 6 weeks in L.A. and in San Francisco, and it is a shell of what it used to be. The abandoned storefronts in downtown San Francisco, boarded up. They've done this to themselves. This is a self-inflicted wound.
But they don't care. It seems like they're doing something.
No, there's people who care there, but they don't make the choices.
I guess. Yeah. But it seems like they're trying to break down all of these societal things to rebuild something back that we don't have a lot of privy to right now. Because it seems like, why would Nancy Pelosi want to destroy her beloved city of San Francisco? But Tim's right. When you go there, you are walking over not just sea lions, but homeless people every 4 feet. So, yeah, it's something that we have to keep an eye on in St. Louis, at least. I hope that it doesn't come here. I hope that
I think we've stopped it in its tracks right now. Now we need to start going back to some sort of sanity. I think people are done with Kim Gardner in the city. They're done with her. If they can find a good candidate, she's done. For the next time that she runs, and that's really about the only way we could fix these kind of things.
You're absolutely right.
Tim Fitch, St. Louis County Councilman, we appreciate you giving us some time this morning, taking us through what's going on with Sam Page, St. Louis County Council, the police breakfast this morning, and, of course, the Spire situation. And thank you again for your service. Heck, at one point in time, you were the St. Louis County Police Chief as well. So thanks again for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you for the invitation. Have a great week.
All right, Tim Fitch. Always good to talk with Tim, and you get some...
I'm going to his Twitter page because he has a picture of Sam Page. Never mind. You know what? This is going to be a week where I'm just nice. I'm just going to be a nice dude.
You're nice a lot of the time.
All the time. This is going to be a week where
love everybody.
Not all.
I'm going to be a nice guy for the rest of the week. Sam Page is wonderful.
Well, I've got some news for you. And I don't know if it's going to happen, and I doubt that it would come through, but Republican Andrew Jones announced last night, Eric, that he is going to try to unseat Cori Bush.
Good luck with that. Absolutely good luck with that.
Hope he can do it.
Well, he's the vice president of business development marketing for Southwestern Electric Cooperative. Now, you may remember he ran for mayor in 2017 and 2020, 21. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
He's not going to win that district.
If he's so smart, why is he running? He's just a waste of money.
I don't know.
It would be nice to hear those debates.
He is a brilliant businessman, Andrew Jones. He says that too many people in that district are struggling under the weight of inflation and out of control prices. Gee, a topic that we've talked about a ton. He's not going to win. He would face incredibly long odds. But
really? You think people are digging Cori Bush?
She
owns, you think they are?
In her district, yes, absolutely. And I think she'll win, and she'll win by even a larger amount than what she did with Lacey Clay.
That's the problem with the House of Representatives is it's a popularity contest. It has nothing to do with what you think you're going to do for your community. It's a popularity contest, and it's cool to say St. Louis is on the squad. No, it's not.
Well, somebody from the Facebook line asked us that they got a news break saying that Republicans are launching a bid to unseat Cory Bush. So that's what it's
what
about.
You think they should?
There's nobody right now in the district that will beat Cory Bush. I'm just telling you, there's not. There's not.
Let's call Jane
I know
Duker right
politics,
now.
and
Maybe she
would,
knows.
She would tell you the same thing.
Really?
Absolutely. The Verbal Ninja. Crap, we got to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll come back. We'll take your calls at 636-695-2915 or your comments on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. As always, you can take us on the go at viperrocks.com. And, on YouTube, we've made a comeback. Are we still in the top 10 on YouTube this morning?
Are you saying there's a chance?
Top 10?
There's a chance.
There's a chance.
Top 10 of what?
The Morning Edge. The Morning Edge on YouTube. Top 10 came up. I don't know what Chris said. I like the sound of it.
Just don't say Ivor Merkton. Ivor Kirkton. Don't do it.
Back with more of The Edge with Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, and Vic Faust right after this.
Grab your coffee. The Morning Edge will be right back on 100.7 The Viper.
Contractors Flooring Supply is your Mohawk Revwood Select dealer. This is water-resistant wood flooring without compromise. In stock with free underlay at just $287 a square foot. Contractors Flooring Supply has solid, rigid core, waterproof plank stock. They carry a huge inventory for the do-it-yourselfer, or Contractors Flooring Supply will do the installation for you. Always free estimates at Contractors Flooring Supply, next to the new Rural King, Warrenton.
Ask Sherwin-Williams and get your color your way. We've made it easier than ever to try and buy color. Preview paint colors in your home with our Color Snap app. Then visit swsamples.com to have color chips delivered to your door for free. Or order some peel and stick samples to try on your wall. When you're ready to paint, shop online or stop by your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store and get everything you need.
FNS Collision Repair is your donation station this holiday season. Bring new, unwrapped toys to our Toys for Tots location in Troy before December 10th to spread holiday cheer to less fortunate children in Lincoln County. FNS Collision is also your donation location for Buddy Bags, providing food to local children. Donate non-perishable items for distribution through Lincoln County schools. Help support Toys for Tots and Buddy Bags to spread holiday cheer to our local families. Follow FNS Collision Repair on Facebook for prizes and special promotions.
My daughter used to be a shining star. I would tell her, there's nothing you can't do. Now, it's like living with a stranger. It happens so fast. Centerpoint Hospital, real help for addiction and hope for a bright future.
If a young person dear to you is facing substance use, the Changing Point at Centerpoint Hospital now offers adolescent treatment solutions with detox, 4-week residential, and outpatient treatment. The Changing Point for adolescents at Centerpoint Hospital. Hope for a bright future.
ABC Wednesday. Your favorite artists are back together for country music's biggest night.
This is incredible.
The CMA Awards with performances by country's biggest stars. Eric Church, Miranda Lambert, Jimmy Allen, Blake Shelton, and collaborations you'll only see here. Jason Aldean and Carrie Underwood, Chris Young with Kane Brown. Luke Bryan hosts the CMA Awards live Wednesday, 8/7 Central on ABC and stream next day on Hulu.
Now's the time for a visit to Jay's RV in Warrenton. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned RV, are ready to winterize your RV, or if you need service and repair, Jay's RV is the place for you. Jay's RV in Warrenton also does RV and automotive body work, so they can fix the dents and dings on any vehicle you have. Sales and service the way it should be. Check out the RV specials online at jaysrvrepair.com.
Welcome to MegaNet. For slow internet, press 1. For indifferent customer service, press 2. For confusing pricing, press 3. For extremely long wait times, stay on the line. We're 87th in line, 85th in line, 87th in line, 85th in line, 85th in line.
Where there was frustration, now there's satisfaction.
Hello, this is Helen at Gateway Fiber. How may I help you?
Isn't it time you refreshed your internet provider? For more information, visit gatewayfiber.com.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. You're listening to The Edge. Happy Hump Day. Happy Wednesday. It's 9:31 on this November 10th. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight. I'm Vic Faust with Fox 2. ViperRocks.com is where you can take us on the go. You can stream us. You can go check us out on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper as well. Give us a call at 636-695-2915 or just jump in on the Facebook line. All right. The View actually blew me away yesterday. Here we go. Did you hear about this?
Nope.
The View had Adam Schiff on.
Yep.
And he was lambasted by a host regarding his continual perpetuation, his continual pushing forward of what we now know is a fake dossier, the Russian dossier. And he really had nothing to say about it. He just said, well, some other things came out of it, but not what it was brought about. It is now fake. The person who brought it forward, now in trouble. And all of this stuff now proving to be Christopher Steele's dossier. It was a sham.
Yeah.
As many thought it might have been, even during it, but it was just continued to be brought over and over and over.
Yep.
And Schiff, despite getting hammered on The View, why do you get, and not really answering the question, said, well, I said it needed to be investigated. It needed to be investigated. And things came out of that. Things being charges, but not anything to do with Donald Trump or Russian collusion.
Okay. So he read it in a committee meeting. He read it all like it was the gospel.
Correct.
That was the problem. He didn't vet any of this stuff himself. He took a document that wasn't said, yeah, this is all panned out to be true.
There was no proof.
There was no reporting.
No validation.
No validation. That was the word I'm looking for. Yes. And he basically said, this is the gospel. This is why he needs to be impeached. This is why we need to put an investigation together. Oh, as a matter of fact, where's Robert Mueller? Yes, we need Robert Mueller. This is why this thing is going to blow up in their face hardcore. They have now indictments, I think, on 4 people. One of them now has pled not guilty, I believe, which means they get to do all kinds of discovery, which means that there can be all kinds of witnesses that bring us down different roads. And eventually, I think what the DNC is afraid of.
But he was one of the loudest voices, if not the, and he was
wrong.
The
figurehead.
He
was the figurehead.
He was the figurehead of a lie.
Yes.
The figurehead of nothing validated. And I met him. He was in St. Louis for the grand opening of
the Donald Trump, a new business development thing down there.
No, NGA.
But that was the $1 billion. Wasn't that the economic?
No. President Obama chose St. Louis for the new NGA site.
Okay,
he came in for the announcement of the NGA site when they were breaking ground. Anyway, so I met him. Nice enough guy. Talked to him. Did an interview with him.
Mm-hmm.
And this was all while that was going on.
Yes.
But he wasn't answering questions about that on that day, or I would have asked. But it is interesting now. And he had to know that he was going to be asked about the fake dossier when he went on The View. But I'm not sure he knew he would get hammered like he did.
He didn't really get hammered. She basically just said, yeah, you
but
lost.
But she kept bringing it up.
She asked the pertinent questions, and then he went and dodged. And at the end of his dodges, I can't remember her name, but she was like the press secretary for the State Department. I can't not remember her name. But she basically says, your credibility is pretty much out the window. That was the last thing she ended with. But I would have said this. I would have asked a lot of questions of him. And one of them would have been, I thought you said that you had rock solid evidence, which you never disclosed, on making sure, saying that Trump was guilty.
Oh, it's Morgan Ortega.
Morgan Ortega, thank you. Where was that? That seems like you lied to the American people for what, going on 2 years? That you have stuff that you cannot disclose that will definitely make Trump guilty.
Oh, what a great...
Never showed it.
What a great point from Glenn Thompson. What about the culpability of the FBI for continuing the investigation? You want to talk about something, quote, being dirty, or at least if there's signs? This isn't an opinion. This is fact. I'm talking from a media perspective. The FBI and all of that, hello? Yeah, great point, Glenn. Great point. Great point.
And where do the tentacles go to? How deep do they go? Are they so deep that we'll never find them? I mean, Brennan, he was one of the directors
treasonous, another word used.
Yeah. I mean, these are people that were on CNN every day. They were on MSNBC. They were never on Fox. Fox did a pretty good job of saying, look, we're trying to get to the truth like everybody else, but these clowns won't come on and answer hard questions. We literally have to go and do the digging for everybody. So Fox did an amazing job trying to stay the line, but also calling out Comey and all these other guys that basically, put 4 years of Donald Trump's presidency, of which he was doing a really good job. Can you imagine trying to play a football game as a quarterback and as trying to win the football game, and the coach says in your left hand or your right hand, which depending on which one you throw the ball with, you need to carry a 40-pound weight. We need you to win this game, but you will carry this 40-pound weight around in your left hand the entire game. Try to be a president like that. You're trying to do everything right, but you have the media, you have the DOJ against you. That's what is so frustrating here. And I don't know how you get that back.
I don't know how you do either. I don't. And it kind of sets precedent for how you move forward with situations as well. Once again, this was all at Donald Trump, and not one thing came out of it. It was fake, and and that's where you are right now. Yet you don't hear a lot about it from the national perspective. Yeah, there was an arrest, but you don't hear. I mean, this Christopher Steele guy, man, oh man, talk about.
Well, we don't know what we don't know, and out of nowhere comes this Durham report, right? We're sitting around, we're just minding our own business, dump to dumb. Okay, the Trump thing's over. All of a sudden, Durham starts coming out and releasing these indictments, and we're like, what's going on here? And we're starting to find out who these small level people are.
We couldn't have known that people were lying to Christopher Steele, said Schiff. So it was proper to investigate them. What I don't hear are people apologizing to Donald Trump. I don't hear people saying, hey, we were wrong. We should not have done that to Donald Trump.
He was impeached over it.
Exactly.
He was impeached.
Which means his impeachment was null and void.
But the bottom line is the Democrats had something in the works. We don't know if it was deep state stuff. We don't know how, what they were trying to do. We know that they were trying to defeat Donald Trump no matter what, so he could not put his America First policies into place. For whatever reason, America First is a bad word.
But Schiff was still saying that Trump was inviting Russians to help him in the election.
He wasn't. He was in freaking, he was in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
How are the Russians going to?
He wasn't. Let me tell you something. Chris and I, we went down to Donald Trump when he was here at I think it was like the Kiel Auditorium, whatever that was, downtown. The place, when we got there, it was packed almost immediately. They opened the doors, general admission, it was packed. I was like, this is a president. This is a guy running for president. This is not Jeb Bush. This is not Mitt Romney. This is Donald Trump. Oh, my God. I walk outside just to get some fresh air. I look outside. There was a line maybe 4 layers deep around the arena or the venue, okay? They had no security, Vic. We literally, Chris has a picture. He can prove it. We literally walked backstage and shook his hand, right? This is not an organization that was mired in great organization. They were running for president. They happened to catch the car, and he won. There was no Russian involvement. There was nothing. It was basically this guy that was the apprentice running for president saying, this clown has screwed up your country. I can fix it. That was it. And the Democrats spent 4 years, and we all know the story. They spent 4 years knocking down Trump so he could not get any more of this Make America Great stuff through.
Money. Well, and that's why, I mean, when we break down Republican issues, Democrat issues on this show and bring headlines and truth, not opinions all the time in regards to this, that's why Republicans can't let anybody ever forget this, especially when you move on to the next election. Remember what certain people did. Remember how they continued to push an agenda, and it's proven to be an agenda, so we can call it push an agenda that even at that point in time had no evidence. If there's evidence, yeah, it makes sense to go ahead and push it, but when there's not, at how intent they were they being the Democrats, when you were still questioning, it's like, where's all the evidence? Really, just this is what somebody's saying.
But more importantly, and it brings it to today. And I don't want to be. I'm not a tin hatter, but it does make you think. If they could do this for 4 years with false narratives, and here it comes. Give me a drum roll. Is it possible that they could have done this with the election as well? Is it possible that these guys know where all the bodies are buried, so to say, and they knew how to rig an election? Is it possible to ask that kind of a question?
Well, it's when you look at Comey and the FBI, I completely agree, Glenn Thompson. It makes you wonder if they were corrupt. Why would they continue to put this so hard when we saw everything else, when there was no evidence, nothing? Yeah, if you guys somebody says something, you can investigate that pretty quickly.
Yeah,
but then to continue the narrative, and then, as you said, to impeach and go over and over and over and over and over. From the Facebook line, January 6th was also Democratic collusion. We'll see about what happens once COVID's origins are announced. This is all from the Facebook line.
Yeah, the COVID thing is another thing.
They'll continue to put that on Trump's presidency.
It's crazy.
The guy was nothing but nice to me.
Well, okay.
He was nothing but nice.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course.
Not of course. I mean, Joe Biden's not going to be nice to people. Joe Biden doesn't even talk to people.
Yeah, when he talks to people,
he's sleeping half the time. It's just
so anyway, that is certainly. I still can't believe Schiff went on The View yesterday to subject himself to that.
He had to. He has a publisher that says you're getting out there, regardless of what anyone asks you. He's got a new book coming out.
I know, but still,
you have no choice. You want this $5 million? Yes, I do. Then you're going to be on The View today. I don't know what they're going to ask you. Deal with it. It's going to sell books. Well, I got a life I got to think of. Tough. You got $5 million in your pocket. Figure it out. Yeah, she'll ask you a question and she'll slam you. She's a conservative, and you won't have any good answers for it, and you'll be documented as basically perjuring yourself on The View. But deal with it. We'll talk to you later. Here's the keys to your rental. Bye. So he has to do it. They all have to do it. That's why Comey got grilled on I think it was Brett Baer. He had to do it. He had a book coming out. So you want to sell copies? You want to sell units? That's what it's all about. You always talk about money.
I already know what you're going to say.
No, what?
Did you read that comment?
No. I'm going to tell you what I was going to say in a second. It's kind of funny. What?
Chris, you're too old. He likes young ones that sniff hair, so he can sniff their hair.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the weird thing
Corn Pop was
when I was with Donald Trump. Here's the weird thing.
Yeah, Ted Bundy was a nice guy.
Yeah.
These are all Facebook
Donald
comments,
Trump
by the way, not mine.
Had a very different campaign. Yeah. It was a very, very different campaign. I mean, it was like everybody.
It was a party.
Yes. And everybody was after the same goal, after the same thing. And he wanted everybody to help. And he wasn't so negative. Right. And it was just, hey, he listened to everybody's ideas. And, I mean, the guy invited me on his aircraft to go to Chicago that night.
Aren't you cool? That's freaking cool. No, it is.
That is pretty sweet.
Well, yeah, so what does that mean, though?
Let me tell you what happened. It's a good thing I didn't go because my wife was at home when I was with Donald Trump. And I said, hey, Trace, I've been invited to go to Chicago. He's doing his next campaign there tonight.
Yeah.
And she was sick. So I didn't go. Well, it's a good thing I didn't go because that night is the night all hell broke loose.
Yeah, the riot.
And had that riot in Chicago outside of the arena that he was supposed to be going to.
Oh, yeah.
To do his
speech.
I
remember that. Absolutely.
That was the beginning of it, actually.
But
that was the beginning.
Yeah, my point to this is that the campaign that he ran was like none other.
Right.
It was just simply amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, and we got through that because we were talking about Adam Schiff being hammered, or at least I thought so, on The View, which is a very comfortable spot for Democratic politicians in regards to him continually bringing up and perpetuating something with the Russian, what ended up being hoax. So the dossier that never really happened. None of it.
But here's the kicker, and this is where you got to watch Vic every night, 5 and 6. There are new tentacles coming off of this Durham investigation.
Yeah, there
and
are.
These tentacles
the
now
opposite way.
Yeah, and these tentacles might reach all the way up to Hillary Clinton, and these tentacles might reach to, hey, this was fraudulent, and we knew from the lowest levels of the government, the parts of the government that you don't have keys to. So you got to keep an eye on this. I'm talking about a backlash that's way bigger than Loudoun County or the Francis House School District school board over here. This could be backlash on a amazing level. And if they get nailed with anything off of you just stole 4 years of a presidency because of some fake dossier, and it gets into the news and into the bloodstream of people, Democrats might not win an election for the next 30 years. Seriously.
I doubt that.
No, I was Chris. It was funny. You looked at me. No, yeah, well, Eric,
Come on, 30
yes.
years.
Yeah, Eric, come on. Yes, they will.
Well, it could be bad enough
Eric,
to where
they
they
win the next one.
It could be
Stop
bad. It could be bad enough where it is a scarlet letter on the Democrats. Period. I mean, it could be the thing where they go, "You look, there's no more Democrats. We're independents. We're done. We're blue collared independents." I could totally see something like that happening. Couldn't you? I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Say this is AOC's party now? What? Seriously?
No, they've got issues.
Come on, man.
They've got more issues than the Republicans do. Chris, I was laughing, and I was looking down at the comment. A friend of mine, Mike Wasson, just sent me a picture, and I was trying to figure out, you want to talk about Mr. Cheeseball.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was me as a freshman. With one of our friends. Look at this.
Wow.
You guys want to look at Mr. Cheeseball. That's
Mr. Cheeseball.
That's what I was laughing about.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
Yeah. That looks familiar,
Joel.
though. I don't know why that looks familiar.
I mean, seriously.
Joel's texting you.
Yeah, that was Joel. That's a group text. I mean, 8th grade freshman year, the pink polo with the shirt wide open
There you
and
go.
the stupid hair.
Oh, my
And
God.
now who's the chick you're with?
That's Molly
Her name
Ringwald.
was- Nikki. Oh, my
You
God.
could have been
that
in
is
any one of
funny.
those John Hughes movies. You could have been in any one of them. And you would have, it would have been.
I Miss My Calling.
Yes.
I like 16 Candles.
Emilio
That was
Estevez, you would have rocked that part.
And it's funny you bring
Mhm.
that up. My acting class at Mizzou, we did one of those for journalism.
Yeah. And you were in Breakfast Club.
No, I was his character, the athlete for one of the scenes. I did his monologue.
You did?
Yeah, that's funny you bring that up.
Which one? He had so many.
It was one about him with his dad and him trying to be what he needed to be.
Oh, yeah.
To
Smoke Up, Johnny.
to
No,
his
that
dad.
was someone. That was Bender.
No, that was
Bender.
Bender.
You're right.
Oh my God!
The
that is
goodness of
funny.
the 80s. The wholesomeness of the world has disappeared, hasn't it? Hasn't it? I would have been the
You
janitor.
just never know what you're gonna get.
I would have been the
Pictures and
janitor in that
people
movie.
popping things up.
I would have been pushing. I would have been pushing the trash can around, going, "That's what I am in PRL. I'm just the janitor."
Hey,
of
at least you're
PRL.
there, though.
At least I'm there.
Janitor works, right?
Oh my God, that's funny.
Cleaning up after all the singers.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So, wait a minute. There was one other thing. I lost track. We're all getting old. It goes fast. Make the most of every day. My God, time goes by so fast. And I think all of our listeners get that too.
There's a reason why we call it the fastest 2 hours.
And by the way, one thing I did want to get up, one of the main witnesses for the prosecution against Kyle Rittenhouse, who's on trial for crossing state lines and shooting.
I can't tell which one is the defense attorney. Is it the prosecutor or the defense?
No kidding.
They're making their case for him.
They are. He's going to be found innocent. The main witness said that Kyle Rittenhouse did not shoot at him until he pointed his gun at Kyle Rittenhouse.
That's all that needs to be said.
With a picture of it.
And
That's
there's
all that needs to be said.
drone video of this all too.
Oh, yeah.
The drone video. I mean, it's like, huh? What?
This guy
What?
defended himself against what? 3 guys with like weapons? Was it 3 dudes with weapons?
Yeah, he
one of
killed
them was
one,
right in
shot
his
one.
face.
Yep, it is, and that's why
That prosecutor up there is an idiot.
it's over. I mean, I'm telling you, the Rittenhouse, he's going to be found innocent. He will be. And finally, the one other thing we had to get out of here before today, Matthew McConaughey, 100% against kids' vaccinations. 100%. He has come out, made that public. He says he wants to get more information and more studies and see it after a while.
Yeah.
Not race to something.
As we should.
Because kids are not dying from COVID.
And never have.
And they haven't died from COVID.
And am I the only...
So why are we trying to put this in kids that haven't been dying? That's Matthew McConaughey's
He would have never
take.
won governor of Texas without that stance. Am I the only one in this room that wishes that Aaron Rodgers wins the Super Bowl this year?
Yes.
I hope Aaron Rodgers pulls the trigger this year.
No.
It's like, I just won the Super Bowl.
He's a Packer.
I just won the Super Bowl. You're going to trade me. I'm going to go to a crappy team, I'm sure. But I just won the Super Bowl in Green Bay. Screw you.
Well, the NFL came out and they said they were going to fine him and another player.
Whatever.
For what?
He said, I'm an athlete. I'm not an activist. I may have misled some people. I'm sorry for that. But I don't regret not taking the vaccine. All right, we got to take a quick break. We're back with more right after this.
Show is coming right back.
Hey, it's Shanny from the Legendary Lunch, and I'll tell you what, this has been such an amazing football season so far. So many great games, so many great plays that you don't want to miss a single snap. And Mascots Bar and Grill has you covered for that. They get every single game every Sunday. They have NFL Sunday Ticket, and they've got some of the best food around. Enjoy your Sunday game day at Mascots. Play in the Bags tournament out front. Come inside, watch all the games. Keep track of all your fantasy players. It is so much fun at Mascots on a Sunday. You won't want to miss it. And if you tell them you're FOS, you're a friend of Shanny's, you can get that legendary lunch special all day long, $5 for a big old burger and fries. It is so delicious, and you don't have to do the dishes. Hang out every night of the week if you want. Come play rock and roll bingo, and you can win some great prizes at Mascots Bar and Grill, 4881 Mexico Road in St. Peters. Mascots, home of the legendary lunch special.
ABC Tonight. Your favorite artists are back together for country music's biggest night.
This is incredible.
The CMA Awards with performances by country's biggest stars. Eric Church, Miranda Lambert, Jimmy Allen, Blake Shelton, and collaborations you'll only see here. Jason Aldean and Carrie Underwood, Chris Young with Kane Brown, Luke Ryan hosts the CMA Awards live tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC and stream next day on Hulu.
Hey everyone, it's Brian Dawson with Brian Dawson Roofing and Construction. I'm here to remind you it's time for exterior work on your home, so call me. I deal and work with all insurance companies. I also do non-insurance work as well. I know it's your money and your castle. I want and will do what it takes to make you happy with whatever it is that you want done. Roofing, siding, gutters, windows, and if I don't do it, I know somebody who does. So call me, Brian Dawson.
At 636-465-9465 or visit BrianDawsonRoofing.com.
If you have a calling to serve people in your community and help bring about positive change, come join us. Compass Health Network is currently hiring for multiple positions. We serve communities in 46 counties across Missouri and have a place for you. If you are a licensed therapist, nurse, integrated health specialist, dental assistant, office manager, or IT specialist, Compass Health Network offers a supportive work environment and great benefits. Find out more at careers.compasshealthnetwork.org.
Hi, this is Dr. Erin Huey with Tomasino Gerst Vision Source. We provide a ton of specialty care: glaucoma, diabetic eye care, dry eye evaluations, now myopia management. Typically, we see patients that need vision correction for a variety of hobbies, for work, most often glasses and contacts. Come and see us at Tomasino Gerst Vision Source, dryoureyes.com, 272-1444, dryoureyes.com.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's. Today's topic, Black Friday. I've been training for it all year. Like a marathon? Pretty much. The deals are here, so I made my list. Checked it twice? Yep. And mapped out the best gifts, like sneakers for my husband, toys for my kids, a cozy throw for my sister. And for me? Not telling. There's even an extra 15% off, and you can get Kohl's cash. So you'll go back for more. I've taught you so well.
Select styles. Select deals valid through November 10th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
It's the Home and Auto Bundle Extrava Festa Save-a-thon, the annual year-long event where you can save big by bundling Home and Auto with Progressive. So big that we're kicking things off with fireworks, a monster truck battle, a fighter jet flyover, and it wouldn't be a party without the Home and Auto Bundle Extrava Festa Save-a-thon dancers. You can't really hear them, but trust us, they are working it. So come for the fun and stay for the savings. Only at Progressive's Home and Auto Bundle Extrava Festa Save-a-thon. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. As we say goodbye, we appreciate you joining us again today. Thanks to Tim Fitt from the St. Louis County Council for coming on and educating us, getting us caught up to speed on some things, as well as Nick Mozzotti with Full Care Incorporated. Would you try to go? Do you have to have a special driver's license to use a snow machine, snowplow?
Yeah, don't.
You have to have a CDL.
Tabitha couldn't do it because our old co-host, she ran into a damn stop sign. So that would never happen. I guess you just have to show that you don't run into stop signs.
$320 an hour in Massachusetts.
You missed your calling once. Remember when you said you were going to go to Florida and be a plumber?
Yeah. It's not
Hello?
over. I could still go do that. Open up a plumbing business.
McPlumbing?
You were going to be a plumber?
No, from the vacation. When I was down at my friend's house.
You know how much business you could get
Yeah,
if you were.
I found
Let me
out.
start the plumbing business. And
I
I'm
was
gonna,
told it would
I'm
be-
going to advertise you as the plumber.
Woo!
Dude, we could make a lot of money. We can make a lot of money, Vic.
How
We
about
can
that?
make a
How
lot
about
of
this?
money, bro.
How about this? Chris and Vic. I got it. I'm gonna get a little bit of this money
Oh
myself.
my God, this has turned into the locker room now. Oh my God.
The Chris and Vic Pool Boy Club. How about that? You
And then
be
we
a
could
pool
have
boy.
Eric as our backup with wearing a wig coming in.
Hell yeah, I could be the entertainment.
Damn right.
I could be the entertainment.
We got to get out of here on that. Oh my God.
I love it. Come on, man. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, this is the time to do it.
It was. I thought about Chris. I was like, I need to move to Florida. I will be making $200 an hour, easy, to start with. I fixed my friend's sink by looking at Google, and it was simple. And I'm like, and it took 4 or 5 days to get a plumber. I'm like, why can't you? Oh, that's how it is always down here in Florida. Nobody wants to work. They're on beach time.
It's so
I'm like, damn.
The Vic and Chris plumbers
I'm
crack.
out on that.
We'll be instant millionaires.
I want some of
millionaires.
that. I want some of that. Come on, man. I can do something. I can have a bullhorn
Oh
outside.
my God.
Try.
I gotta wait. Thanks for listening today to The Edge. We got to get out of here.
Everybody have a great day.
Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Vic
Think
Faust
about
of
Vic
Fox
as your
2.
plumber.
See you for Fox to stop it.
Dude, if we get
Fox
you
News
hired
at
out, you
5
got to
and
go do
9.
it.
I'm out.
With a tip.
Shanny's up next. Have a great day.